Good morning, students. So, for 7th standard, today we are going to see about the poem in Unit 3, Your Space. Okay, the poem is Your Space. This poem was written by the author David Bates. So, David Bates has written this poem. So, now we will see a small introduction about the author. So David Bates was born on 6th March 1809 in a small town of Indian Hill, Ohio. He was educated in Buffalo, New York. Bates had a talent for writing easygoing, gentle poetry, and at the age of 40, he had a collection of poems published under the title Eolion. One of the best known poems in this collection is Speak Gently. This Speak Gently has become something of a universal hymn for people all over the world. Okay, now we will move on to the poem. So, the poem is Your Space. So, what space you're going to allot for the environment? So, that is what we are going to see in this poem. Now, we will see the stanza one by one. Okay, so the first stanza: Speak gently. It is better far to rule by love than fear. Speak gently, let not harsh words mar the good we might do here. Okay, so speak gently. So the poem, the author is telling, speak very gently. So we have to speak in a kind words. So it is very better, that is, when you rule a person by making him too afraid by seeing you, that is not a good thing. Okay, we always should rule a person by our love and the care and the affection that we show towards them. So that is very better. Like that, the author is explaining. Now again, speak gently, let not harsh words mar the good we might do here. So speak very gently, that is, speak in a good manner. We should not harsh words. Harsh words means rough words. Harsh means rough. So we whenever we talk, we should not use rough words. Rough words. Mar, mar means spoil. So whenever we use the rough words, it will spoil the good that we have done before it. Okay, so whatever the things which we have done before, that all those good things will be spoiled when we use rough words towards the people. Okay, now we will see the second stanza. Speak gently, love doth whisper low, the oaths that true hearts bind, and gently friendship accents flow, affection's voice is kind. So again, the author is telling, speak very gently. So you speak in a low voice. Love doth. Okay, doth means does. Okay, love, what it does means it will whisper low. So whispering is nothing but low, in a low voice. So whenever you show your love in a low voice, the oaths that true hearts bind. The oaths means the pledge. Okay, oaths means the pledge. That is for sure. If you see the true hearts, if they talk in a gentle, kind manner with each other, what will happen? The true hearts will bind together. Bind means it will be getting connected to each other. So whenever we are using our kind words, so that two hearts will be connected together. And gently friendship accents flow. And as the days pass on, when we speak very gently, the friendship, that is the bonding between the people, will be grown, and that we call it as friendship. accents flow. Accents means emphasis. Accents means emphasis. That is the language that we use through our words, whatever we are speaking. So that access we call it as emphasize. Okay, that accents will flow. Okay, that is the friendship will flow like anything. Affection's voice is kind. So if you see, always if you speak in an affectionate way, your voice will be very care, and it will be full of affectionate words. Okay, it will be very kind, it will be very smooth, it will be very gentle. Okay, next stanza we will see. Speak gently to the little child. So, whenever we are speaking with the little child, we have to speak in a gentle way. That is, we have to speak very soft. Its love be sure to gain. So, whenever you use your kind words to the child, surely the child will show the love and affection towards you. So, surely you're going to gain that love from that little child. Teach it in accents soft and mild. So, whenever you teach the kid or a little child, we have to teach them in a soft and mild way. Mild means it is very, very soft. So, in a very softer way, we have to use our words. It may not long remain. That is, we should not remain in a long, harsh words. So we should not use any harsh words towards the child. We have to only use the accents which is very soft and mild. And the next stanza. Speak gently to the young. That is, now we have completed your little child. Now they are talking about the young people. Okay, that is the teenage people. So speak very gently to the young kids, for they will have enough to bear. That is the young people. So how much they can bear in their life, so the how much they can hear from the elders. Okay, for that particular things we have to educate. Okay, that we have to teach them, or that much only we have to talk to them. Pass through this life as best they may. So whenever they come across the life, they should think that this is the best way of taking care of them. That is, they should think that we are talking in a best and good manner that makes their life to carry out in a good way. T is full of anxious care. That is, always T refers to teenage. So teenage means the young people. So the young people will always be anxious care, which means always they will be worried about their future or their life. So they will be always little anxious. So we have to handle them with care. So we have to talk with them in a gentle way. Always we should speak gentle to the young people. Now we will move on to the next stanza. Speak gently to the aged one. So we have to speak very gently to the aged people, that is the old people. Grieve not the care own art. So the care own art means the heart which has been very hurt. Okay, because the aged people have come across so many years in their life, they have experienced many more things in their life, so they would have hurt a lot. So we should not grieve them. Grieve means we should not again bring sorrowful to their life. So we should give only the happiness for the aged people. The sands of life are nearly run. Let such in peace depart. So the author is telling the life of the aged people, that is the sands of life, that is whatever the path that they have come across in their life, are nearly run, because they have crossed about 90% of their life and it has been coming to an end. So let them be in peace. So we have to let them be in a happy mood, let them be very happy with us. So we should keep them in peace. Okay, that is depart. Depart means leave or go. That is, we have to leave them in a peaceful way. We should not hurt them. We should be very caring towards them. And next stanza, speak gently, kindly to the poor. So, to the poor people, we should always speak very gently. So we should use only the gentle words. Let no harsh tone be heard. So harsh means rough tone. Tone means the language or the voice that we show towards the people. So our voice should not be rough towards the poor people. So whenever they hear the rough words, they will feel very bad. That's what we should not use any rough words towards the poor people. They have enough, they must endure without an unkind word. So that is, they have enough, they must endure. So endure means they are suffering patiently. So patiently means maintaining a sustained life. That is, they have suffered a lot. Being a poor is not easy. They have come across many sufferings in their life. So they have faced many sufferings in their lives. So that is enough for them. So we have to think that pain is enough for them. So we again should not create pain for the poor people. So we have to speak very gently or kindly to the poor people. So we should not tell any unkind word to them. So the words which are not kind, that should not be used to the poor people. Okay, and the next is speak gently to the erring. No, they may have toiled in vain. Perchance unkindness made them so, ho, win them back again. Okay, so speak very gently to the erring. Okay, erring means the people who have done mistake. Okay, so the people who are doing the mistakes are called as erring. Okay, so they may either stealed, or they would have murdered someone, or they would have done some other mistakes. So the person who are doing the mistakes are known as erring. So they must have toiled in vain. Toiled means they have worked hard. So they have worked hard in vain. In vain means there is no results. So producing no results is called as vain. So they would have tried for a better life, but even then they have worked very hard. They were not able to produce any good results. That is what they started to do, the mistaken things. Okay, so perchance unkindness made them so. So what the author is telling, maybe that is by some chance, the unkindness, that is for the people who are doing the mistakes, we will not show the kindness towards them. If we would have shown the kindness towards them, then they would have changed themselves. Okay, that is what the author is trying to tell. Perchance we should give chance for the people who are doing the mistakes. So that is what, because we are not giving the chance for the mistaked people, for in that case only, that people is not coming to a good life. He is still remaining in a mistaked life. Okay, so the author is telling you have to give the chance. Then only whenever you give the kindness towards the mistaken people, then that particular person will change himself and he will become a good person. Oh, win them back again. Yes, we have to turn their life. We have to change their life, and we have to get them back again by speaking very gently to the erring people. Erring people means the person who had done mistakes. Okay. And next, speak gently. He who gave his life to bend man's stubborn will. When elements were in fierce strife, said to them, Peace be still. That is, we have to speak very gently. He who gave his life, so the person who is giving their life. So in this situation, if you see, during this corona period, the nurse and the doctors who are working in the hospital, they give their life. Okay, they sacrifice their life. So for them we have to speak very gently. So we should not use any harsh words or rough words. We should speak in a gentle manner to bend man's stubborn will. So the person who is having a stubborn will, stubborn means one refusing to change one's opinion. So the person who is very strong in his opinion, that is, he will not hear or he will not listen to anybody's idea. So he will have his own opinion and he will refuse the other's opinion. So that kind of people is called as stubborn people. So to bend man's stubborn will. Okay, so whenever we bend man's stubborn will means that opinion that a particular person have. When elements were in fierce strife, so strife means disagreement. So whenever there is a disagreement between the people, that is between the person who is having a stubborn will, then we have to bend towards him and we have to speak gently to him, and we have to remind him that peace be still. So we have to remind him that there will always peace will be there if you lose your stubbornness. Okay, when you are in a stubborn way, then you will lose your peace. Okay, so we should not be in a stubborn way. We should bend and we should walk on. Okay, that is what the author is trying to tell. So wherever we have to bend or wherever we have to move, we have to move in a happiest way. We should not be in a stubborn way, or if we are going to refuse or if we are going to change the opinion of others, then we cannot live in a peaceful way. That is what the author is saying in this particular stanza. Then the last stanza, speak gently. This is a little thing, that is, we have to speak very gently. This idea is a small idea. So whenever we communicate, whenever we talk with the people, whenever we speak very gently, this is a small idea that we have to follow in our life, dropped in the heart's deep well. So we will be getting into others' heart in a deep, that is, they will think us about in their heart every time. That is, we will go deeply in their heart whenever we speak in a gentle manner. The good, the joy which it may bring. So whenever we talk, whenever we speak very gently, whenever we enter in some other's heart, so that is the good thing that happens in our life. So that will bring about the great happiness in our life. Okay. And eternity shall tell. Eternity means it is endless. There is no end. So that the joy that we gain, that is very endless. Okay. That is that it has the joy that we obtain whenever we speak very gently, that has no end. Okay, that is what this poem is telling about your space. Okay, this is a wonderful poem where you can see that you have to allot and we have to give space for the people, and we have to speak with them in a gentle way. So whomever it may be, maybe it is a kid, or maybe it is a young people, or maybe to the elder people. So whomever we face in our life, we should speak in a gentle manner, and we should care them, and we should have affection towards them. So this affection will give us a great joy. So whenever we are sharing our love for each other around the world, so you can see the world with the flying colors, and there will be peace in the world, and also all the people will be very happy internally also. Okay, so that is the poem. So hope you all understood this poem, students. We will see the next supplementary part in the next video. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.